may be quite a shocking Q&A. So if England and Morocco play each other, it could get a little messy. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren and I'm from the UK, but I currently live in Seoul, South Korea. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. I've got my cup of tea almost ready, chamomile, because it is the evening time. So we're just gonna have a chill, hopefully. I did peek at some of the questions, so things may get a little bit tough for some people, including myself, but you know what, we're gonna ride with it. It's the end of the year, I'm willing to answer questions, so that's what we're gonna do today. So strap in, because it may get a little crazy. I didn't really give a lot of time for these questions, so I'm sure after I'm filming this I may get a bunch more, but what can you do? Do your family still live in the UK? Do you see them often? If you've been following me for a while, I think people will know that I've not been home in literally like nearly over 3 years now. I've not been back to the UK in over 3 years. My family do live in the UK. My older sister lives in Spain, which I think I've mentioned a bunch of times, especially like on World Friends videos, if anything is about like Spain or whatever. How are you gonna celebrate New Year's Eve? That I actually do not know. Probably like just chilling at home, I would imagine, watching film maybe. Or I believe that they have a fireworks display, so maybe we will go and watch that, I don't know. What are you studying? What do you do for work? Okay, so I think there were a bunch of questions about like what my job is, what do I do, am I a student? So I was a student. If you scroll back in my vlogs, you will see that I was a chemistry student, which I am currently now not, due to a variety of reasons, which we may touch on in this video, depending on the questions. At the moment, I just work as a freelancer. I do content creation, voice acting, I do a bunch of things, which I like a lot. So yeah, that's currently what I do. Are you planning to live elsewhere outside of South Korea? I think that I will not live here forever because of a variety of reasons. In my opinion, this is not the place that I would want to raise children, so I don't think I will live here for too long. Maybe another 5 years maximum. It depends on a huge range of factors. Apart from family and friends, what is the thing you miss the most from the UK? I have said this millions and millions of times, but I miss the snacks. I really miss the snacks. And recently I really missed like lip liner. Bizarrely, like lip liner is a thing here, but the shades don't really do it for me. The shades aren't that great. Maybe I've just not discovered the right kind of like Korean makeup brands, but yeah, I'm kind of missing lip products. The variety of shades, I think, for lip products here, a lot of them are just kind of like pinky red, which is cute, but it kind of looks terrible on my skin tone. So next question is about the football. There are a few questions about the football, so I will just answer them now. What do you think is the score prediction for England versus France tomorrow? So when this video comes out, the match will be over, but I like to think that it will be 2-1 England. I do not know. Honestly, like Mbappe is insanely good, but I really do believe that England has a very strong team, and we have proven that we are a strong team. So I'm really hoping that we can pull through and make it to the semi-finals, but what will be will be. Another question related to the football. Let's get all the football ones out the way. Who will win this World Cup? Oh, it's so difficult. I honestly think the overall winners of the World Cup will be Argentina, but I'm really rooting for Morocco and I really hope that they win as like an underdog team. Obviously I love England and I would love for England to win the World Cup, but I'm really seeing some good stuff with how Morocco are playing. I think they may come through as an underdog. I really honestly hope so we shall see. Speaking of Morocco, there was a couple of questions asking why I support Morocco, because if you follow me on Instagram you will have seen that I was very much supporting Morocco. I think maybe a lot of people may be confused as to why I support Morocco, especially since England are in the World Cup. There was no rule that said you couldn't support two teams. Related to this question as to why I support Morocco, there are many other questions all related to this umbrella. I think this may be quite shocking news to some people, not shocking news to other people, because I think it is quite blatantly obvious. However, I am in fact married to a Moroccan. Well, he's half Moroccan and half Korean. That's beside the point. You asked why I support Morocco. I am supporting the other part of my family. So if England and Morocco play each other, it could get a little messy. Lol, that was not meant to be an Argentina reference. Anyway, that is why. This was something that I did want to address. Not that I thought it particularly necessary, but recently I got a bunch of strange comments on my videos and I ended up responding, and then, well, there was one comment in particular, which I will share here. The day that I filmed the vlog where I went on a hike by myself to clear my head, this was all on the same day. This comment kind of just like pushed me to my limit of how I feel about being a content creator. I'm just gonna take a sip of tea and try to calm down. I think it's kind of unfortunate that I even have to make this segment in my video, but it's just kind of the turn that my content has now taken. And I was kind of just like ignoring comments because it's my private life and I don't really see why, even though I choose to share content on the internet, that doesn't mean that I have to share literally every single part of my life online. In response to another question, what is your pet peeve? This is my pet peeve. This is my pet peeve. People's overstepping of boundaries that I have very clearly set by not sharing literally every single tiny detail of my personal life with you. So this type of comment, I had also seen plenty of comments on a video that we did with Kenza and Jay, and people just being like, oh, but like, are you guys in a relationship? Oh, that doesn't look like a way that you would touch your friend. And I'm like, honestly, why is it really even necessary to talk about it? And then it just kind of kept happening, so clearly it is necessary. Yeah, now I want to make a huge, massive disclaimer that I know not everybody agrees with this person who wrote this comment and other people who comment like this, because I think some people do understand that people have private lives and that internet people don't have to share literally every single second of their lives with you just because they choose to share a snippet. But yeah, this is the main reason why I'm kind of segueing into this, because I do want to kind of just put this out there. I think those that have followed me for a while, especially my Instagram followers or even my older YouTube subscribers, will know for a very obvious fact that I am in a relationship, because I don't particularly try to hide it. I somewhat thought it was kind of blatantly obvious, but clearly not. Honestly, it's my choice what I put on the internet. Whilst I do like input from you guys into what you like to see, at the end of the day, it's my content and it's my life and it's what I'm choosing to share with you. These videos may, oh my god, include snippets, maybe even more than snippets of my husband. So we are going to visit my family together because he is my husband and they are my family. And that is how life works. We are humans, we like personal relationships, that's how we survive. These kind of parasocial relationships that people try to form on the internet are extremely dangerous because you kind of put this person on a pedestal and see them and think that, oh, they should be single or whatever. And I think it's really important that people learn that they have to separate the internet from reality, because it's just really not healthy. I know it's not everyone, I'm not trying to offend everyone. I don't think that this is how everybody thinks. I'm just saying that it is something that really needs to be addressed. And whilst I do appreciate your support like you would not even imagine, I think that there is a line that should not be crossed in terms of my personal life and my personal boundaries, despite me choosing to share parts of my life on the internet. This is just supposed to be a very honest end of year Q&A. I didn't mean for it to turn into a rant. That is it. That's why I support Morocco in the World Cup. No, you cannot marry me because I am married. That is my life. If you do not like the way that the content is moving, please remove yourself. If any kind of comments go towards that, I'll literally just straight up block you. And yeah, so I'm probably not going to pay attention to it and just continue to live my life the way that I want to live and not let people dictate me on the internet. On that note, swiftly moving on, because that is not what I want the Q&A to be about. Is Laurenade name inspired by lemonade? So the name Laurenade actually came to me in a dream, weirdly. And I remember waking up and I specifically remembered this name and I was like, that has to be your channel name. Because in my dream, I was making YouTube videos and that was my channel name. So I woke up, I'm so happy I remembered it. I honestly guess it's from lemonade. It's supposed to be like a refreshing glass of Laurenade, apparently. If you could be a kitchen utensil, what would you be and why? I think that I would either be a spatula or a colander, okay? A spatula in the fact that I may have studied science, but I'm moving towards something more creative. You know, a spatula has multiple uses. Is that where I'm going with this? Okay. Or maybe I would be a colander or sieve, because I think I'm quite sturdy and robust in terms of things that people throw at me. Been through a lot of shit in life, I won't lie. Keep the good things and let go of the bad things. Like a colander or a sieve. That's what we're going with. Why Korea? I moved here. No, I'm kidding. I firstly came here as a summer school. I answer all questions about Korea in my previous Q&A video. But anyway, basically summarized. I came here for a summer school thanks to my university sending me here. I already knew about K-pop and Korean dramas and stuff because my friend in high school introduced it to me. So I was super interested in coming here in the first place thanks to the Korean wave of that kind of art. So that's originally why I came here. And then just after moving here for 1 year on exchange, I just really fell in love with Korea as a country, in terms of livability. Is that even a word? I think my main thing here is convenience. Since I grew up in a really small village, there was basically nothing. I think moving here and seeing how convenient life can be in terms of convenience stores, a great subway system, 24-hour everything, I think that it really made me become more of a productive person. And I think that I like how productive I am when I live here. And that's just kind of why I stuck around, really. I thought that I was moving in a better direction in terms of my life whilst living here, so I'm here. What's your greatest achievement of 2022? I think my greatest achievement, it would be realizing that I can stand up for myself in multiple ways, not kind of trying to go and carry on in a situation that was making me very ill physically and mentally, and kind of standing up for myself against people who've probably never been stood up to for a very long time, and realizing that I can do whatever I want and that I can be happy. This may have to be an entire separate video, but yeah, I honestly think my biggest achievement was just taking a break from university, taking a break from education. I don't want to get emotional, but I was in a very bad place and a very toxic situation. I don't really know if I want to go into it too much, but yeah, I think at that point, me standing up for myself and saying, hey, you don't have to do that just because there is some kind of pressure on you to do that. Whether the pressure came from society, from myself, I don't know, but I'm proud that I got out of that situation. I'm a hell of a lot happier, that's to be certain. I love chamomile. I think that that also ties in with the question, how did you grow this year? I think that I realized that I didn't have to follow a particular path in life, and I have now moved on to doing something that I really, really enjoy. I think that I grew a lot thanks to this experience. I'm trying to kind of come out of that with a more of a positive outlook, and that it was a valuable life experience. Let's put it like that. I think it made me realize what's important in life and what I really want to do. Whilst I do love chemistry and I loved studying it so much, that kind of toxic, I will say it, some of you may be watching, that toxic environment in more ways than one was just not how I wanted to live my life. And I understand why people do live their lives like that. I have the utmost respect for every single student that I met. I don't want it to turn into a ranty Q&A, but I may end up making an entire separate video about it. I'm still kind of working on my feelings about it myself. It was quite traumatic. Yeah, and I do think it helped me grow, and I realized that I can stick up for myself, and that something is not right, then you should know and you should get out. Probably should have done it a little bit sooner, but I'm here now and doing something I really, really enjoy. So what is your favorite musical artist slash band from the UK? Oh, okay, so for those who don't know, my favorite band ever is Tame Impala, who are an Australian band, lol, which me and Grace like laughing about a lot. In terms terms of musical artists or band from the UK, the main bands are like the Arctic Monkeys, Oasis, the Stone Roses. I used to really love the Kooks when I was growing up, you know, very Brighton boys, as you would say. I also like the 1975. I think like my peak of music was around like 2014, 2013 in terms of indie music. And then luckily like Tame Impala released really good music more recently than other bands that I was into in school, and I think that I kind of just carried on listening to them. Do not get me wrong, I adore UK musicians, but in terms of favorite UK artists, I think that I can't specifically pick one. I think we may have to choose Oasis. I've just offended the entirety of Merseyside by saying that, but I really like Oasis. So I just offended Merseyside and the Beatles, but I'm going to choose Oasis. What's your personality type? So this person thought I was INFP. Bless you. I can kind of see that. I can be an introvert and I love being at home, but I am an extrovert. When I'm tired and I go out and I meet people, I feel so much more energized and so much happier. So whilst I do like being at home and gaming and chilling, reading, whatever, I gain more of a feeling of happiness when I'm with other people, albeit not all the time. Like I love my own personal time, my own personal space and whatever, but overall I am an extrovert. And whilst I may be anxious in some situations, I think overall I'm very friendly, and I'm kind of shocked that you thought I was an I, but interesting. F, yes, I'm honestly a cross between F and T. I am very sensitive and I'm a bit of a crybaby. Like I cry quite easily. What hurt you this year and made you stronger because of that? I think not this year. I mean this year also. Yeah, also this year. Was it this year? This year, last year, I had a lot of issues with friendships and a lot of, to put it bluntly, shitty friends. And I think I felt betrayed by a lot of people that I thought were my close friends. Living in a different country is really difficult to make friends. I will just put it out there. Even as an extrovert and a very people person, I found it hard to find people that I actually trust after certain things that happened. I won't go into it, but I think that these people who hurt me made me kind of realize not everybody is a nice, kind person, and that I kind of have to be more cautious when making friends. Luckily now I've made really, really good friends, and I'm honestly so grateful that these situations happened so that I could kind of stop assuming that everybody is as nice as I am, as nice as I like to think I am, and that people may have ulterior motives when becoming friends with you. And I think it has made me a lot more cautious when making friends, but I have made some very lovely friends this year. I'm so grateful. And obviously like Grace and Christine, they've been, it's been like over 1 year that we've been friends, and actually they were the first very good friends that I made after the not so great friends. Yes. What is your next plan next year and your favorite food? Kind of don't really have a plan. Right now I'm focused on doing content creation amongst other things. I think my plan is to just kind of work on my content and try to produce the best content, maybe more of a variety of content. I have started my second channel, which is going to be for gaming, like GeoGuessr. I think mainly it's going to be geography related stuff. However, I may play Overwatch because I freaking love Overwatch even though I suck at it. And then some other kind of gaming stuff. Yeah, what is your favorite food? I think maybe quite obvious that it's margarita pizza. Not original at all, but I freaking love margarita pizza. Like just the perfect balance of the sourness of the tomato lol, I'm sure you're laughing at that. The sourness of the tomato with the creaminess of the cheese. I think it's beautiful, and I really hope to visit Italy one day and try like real authentic margarita. What's the best thing you like about Seoul? Best thing I like about Seoul is how convenient facilities are. You have the convenience store, you have 24-hour print cafes, you have 24-hour cafes, you know, like the convenience store sells literally anything you can think of, from socks to phone chargers to kimbap to literally anything you can think of, they will have it. It just makes life convenient. This one I got a lot last time as well. How old are you? I was born in 1997, so I'm 25. Honestly, like Korean age messes with my brain, but they're getting rid of it, so yeah, I'm 25. And how tall are you? I'm 5'8" or 173 centimeters. Yeah, they use centimeters here, but back home they use feet and inches. So I'm 5'8", 173 centimeters. That is it for the questions. The video did take a turn. However, the turn is to answer things that I did want to also address. That is it for the Q&A. Everything is out on the table. If you guys want to know anything more about like living in South Korea, anything like that, let me know, because I was thinking about making content about living in South Korea. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again next year. Bye!